Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're breaking down the next 7 days of weather across the United States, including where it'll rain, how hot it's going to get, and what areas need to watch out for wind and storms. Whether you're planning a road trip, outdoor events, or just staying informed, we've got you covered. So be sure to watch this video till the end so you don't miss any important updates, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you stay updated every single day. Today begins under partly to mostly sunny skies in many areas, but widespread showers and thunderstorms are expected to develop later in the day across several regions of the United States. Central and South Texas start calm, with Saharan dust suppressing rainfall through the morning and early afternoon, but deeper moisture returns into Saturday, increasing rain chances to 20 to 30% by the weekend, especially along the I-35 corridor and hill country. Flash flooding remains a concern in previously soaked areas. In the northern plains and upper Midwest, a frontal boundary interacting with lingering humidity is said to trigger strong storm clusters from Nebraska to eastern Montana, with hourly rainfall totals between 1 and 2 inches in spots, possibly leading to quick onset flooding in low-lying or already saturated zones. Across the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, including Washington, D.C., New York, and Boston, a combination of hot temperatures and unstable moisture is forecast to fuel strong, slow-moving storms later today, with downpours capable of producing over 2 inches of rain per hour in isolated locations, prompting flash flood watches and likely causing evening travel delays, urban flooding, and basement backups in vulnerable neighborhoods. Along the Gulf Coast, from Houston to New Orleans and into Mobile, widely scattered storms may pop up through the afternoon and early evening hours, with brief bursts delivering half an inch to a full inch of rainfall, enough to make roads slippery and trigger minor drainage issues, although Saharan dust may slightly reduce storm intensity in some areas. The southeast and most of Florida continue under a persistent frontal zone with 30 to 40% coverage of afternoon thunderstorms expected, particularly in the Carolinas, Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle, where inland heating and sea breeze interaction may enhance localized rainfall rates. Meanwhile, the desert southwest, including Arizona and New Mexico, remains mostly dry except for isolated late-day mountain convection near the Mogollon Rim and Sacramento Mountains, where small showers may briefly affect high terrain but will not reach metro areas. The Pacific Coast and most of the Intermountain West stay dry under stable summer patterns, though isolated elevation-based storms in the Sierras could briefly produce light rainfall between 0.05 and 0.20 inches before dissipating. In Alaska, light showers continue across the Panhandle, with 0.3 to 0.7 inches possible near Juneau and Sitka, while interior Alaska stays dry and mild. Hawaii will follow typical trade wind-driven weather with scattered morning showers producing up to 0.2 inches of rain, mostly in windward areas, followed by clearing skies in the afternoon. In summary, while much of the western and southwestern U.S. remains dry today, the Midwest, Gulf Coast, and Northeast are the primary zones for impactful rainfall, especially during the afternoon and evening hours, so residents in those regions should monitor radar updates, stay aware of any flash flood watches or warnings, and plan commutes or outdoor activities accordingly. Expect scorching temperatures and oppressive heat indices nationwide today. The Southwest, anchored under a persistent heat dome, remains the hottest region. Phoenix, Arizona is forecast to reach 115 to 118 degrees Fahrenheit, with highs around 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit in Las Vegas and El Paso hovering near 112 degrees Fahrenheit. A slight drop from yesterday's extreme values, yet still life-threatening. Even desert communities will struggle with minimal relief overnight, with lows only dipping into the low 90s. Northern California and the Central Valley face a heatwave, as Redding and Sacramento likely reach the upper 100 degrees S, up to 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit today, with a heat advisory extending through Tuesday. Meanwhile, coastal areas like San Francisco remain cool, sustaining 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit thanks to fog and ocean breezes. Conditions in the Central Plains and Upper Midwest are equally intense. Cities like Kansas City and St. Louis will see daytime highs in the 90s, climbing near 100 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity pushing heat index values into the 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit range. On the Gulf Coast and Southeast, temperatures will range from 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, with high humidity elevating the heat index to 110 degrees Fahrenheit in places like Houston, New Orleans, and Mobile. The Mid-Atlantic and Northeast will progress into the upper 80s to low 90s, with heat indices in urban zones like New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. peaking near 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The northern plains, Rockies, and interior West will reach upper 80s to mid-90s, with heat indices slightly elevated in the absence of widespread relief. The coastal West, including Portland, Seattle, and coastal California, remains cooler under the marine layer with highs around 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Shallow inland valleys may warm to 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. In Alaska, Fairbanks experiences highs in the 70s, while coastal towns like Juneau and Ketchikan remain temperate in the 60s. Hawaii maintains its tropical range with 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit highs and lows in the 70s, influenced by consistent trade winds. NOAA's July to September outlook confirms a trend of above-average temperatures across the entire U.S., especially in the West, Plains, and Southeast. With summer 2025 predicted to be among the hottest in decades and heat-related deaths already surpassing storm-related fatalities, public health concerns are mounting. Expect a week of dynamic weather patterns across the country. Starting Friday, widespread sunshine returns, with highs in the mid-90s and evening lows in the upper 60s. Clouds increase Saturday with cooler highs near 86 degrees Fahrenheit before temperatures rebound into the low to mid-90s Sunday through Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday bring slightly cooler highs in the upper 80s due to incoming moisture. Rain chances begin modest on Saturday across the northern plains and Midwest as a cold front sags south. By Sunday and Monday, scattered afternoon showers and storms will pop up over states like Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, and Minnesota, many dumping 0.5 to 1.5 inches in localized bursts. The Mid-Atlantic and Northeast show increasing shower chances Monday through Wednesday, with timing tied to frontal timing and lingering tropical moisture. Coastal states may see brief downpours, but widespread flooding is unlikely. Central and South Texas remain under a lens. After a dry Friday, another swath of rain and storms is expected Saturday and Sunday as southerly moisture increases. Flash flood watches may be issued as soils are still saturated from last week's events. Rainfall totals of 1 to 3 inches are possible, especially along the I-35 corridor in Hill Country, while cities like Dallas and San Antonio see spotty storms midweek. The Gulf Coast, including Houston, New Orleans, and the Florida Panhandle, faces daily afternoon and evening convection with 40 to 60% coverage through Tuesday. Storm clusters may drop brief pockets of 0.5 to 1 inch, enough to cause street flooding. Humidity remains high, and Saharan dust may briefly suppress rainfall later in the week. Across Florida, especially in Orlando, Tampa, and Miami, plenty of afternoon storms are likely through midweek, fueled by sea breezes and daytime heating, keeping kids' camps and pool visits soggy but warm. The West Coast and Intermountain states remain dry overall with stable marine layer conditions. While coastal highs stay mild at 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, inland valleys, like Sacramento, continue warming toward 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit until Tuesday. A slight chance of mountain showers exists over the Sierra and Cascades Wednesday and Thursday, bringing a sprinkle of relief. The heat dome steadfastly remains over the Southwest. Phoenix, Las Vegas, and El Paso continue posting triple-digit highs, averaging 110 to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, well into next week. Relief is not expected until the weekend. Along the Gulf and Southeast, humidity-laden air keeps midweek highs in the low to mid-90s, feeling like 100 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit through Tuesday. Cooling showers provide brief respite, but humidity rebounds overnight. Northern Plains and upper Midwest daytime highs hold in the upper 80s to mid-90s under blower skies, but powerful cold frontal passages may push them back to the mid-80s Wednesday. Temperatures rebound by Thursday. The Northeast, including Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, bounces between upper 80s and low 90s, shifting between sun and storms Monday to Wednesday. High humidity may drive heat index values into the 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit range before tropical moisture subsides. The Pacific Northwest remains mild with highs in the 60s to 70s. Marine influence holds across coastal cities, with inland valleys reaching upper 70s to low 80s. Humidity drops midweek, leading to the coolest stretch this summer. Alaska sees mild conditions. Highs in the 60s along many coastal areas and 70s inland. Precipitation remains light in the Panhandle, 0.3 to 0.7 inches, with interior parts remaining dry. Hawaii continues with trade wind-driven showers, especially in the mornings, delivering 0.1 to 0.3 inches daily before clearing by afternoon sunshine. Longer term, NOAA's Climate Prediction Center notes the temperature trend will remain above average nationwide through the month, particularly in the West, Plains, and Gulf Coast, while precipitation leans above normal in the Southeast and Northeast but below normal in the Northern Rockies and Plains for the next 2 weeks. Final word. Expect daily heat in the West and Plains, increased storms and rain midweek in the central U.S., persistent moisture in the Southeast, and a mix of coastal calm and mountain sprinkles out west. Stay updated, stay prepared, and we've got the full regional details coming tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching the full 7-day forecast. We've got a mix of hot days, scattered storms, and changing conditions ahead, so stay weather aware and keep checking in with us for the latest. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might need it too. We'll be back with another update tomorrow. Until then, Take care and stay safe out there.